There are 3 stages of fuckery that we should all be aware of. Because someday, somehow, some shit's gonna go down in accordance with the ever-changing river of time and flow of reality itself. And perhaps you find yourself drowning in it even now. Stage 1 is also a river in Egypt. It's called denial. And denial's frantic water sounds like, fuck this shit, this isn't me, this can't happen, no fucking way, this is bullshit. And we resist the current of what is. This could be physical, mental, emotional, or situational, but when shit goes down all of a sudden, we resist and look for reasons other than what it is, and we try to find other shit to blame, and we get pissed, and we bargain, and so forth. Once we stop fighting the current, then we flow into acceptance. Acceptance is tricky, though, and is fraught with danger. While it's important to accept what is, the relief after all that swimming and denying and shit may lull us into a state that is not conducive to our healing. Acceptance may trap us into a whirlpool of dejected resignation, like, fuck it, I guess this is the new me, this is how I am now, this is how the rest of my life will go, it's because of this thing that I am this way, so fuck it. Fighting the currents of denial is absolutely exhausting, and so we might find that from a state of resigned acceptance, we start blaming the thing accepted for this new pessimistic viewpoint. Like, oh well, I am this way because of that thing, and why even try? And while that may be partially true, it doesn't allow for growth or healing. It's a whirlpool. It's a trap. You deserve a fucking break. Rest and drift downstream in acceptance and grieve and feel all the associated feels and rest and gather your strength for the last stage of overcoming fuckery. If you're swimming at the ocean and a strong undertow pulls you offshore, the logical tendency is to swim directly back to the beach from whence you came. But if the ocean current is stronger than your little fingered and toed meat paddles can splash about, then you'll just be carried further out to sea and all will be lost. The trick is to swim cross-current, which is to say that you swim towards the shore at an angle to reduce the direct force of the current dragging you straight out to sea in order to get your ass ashore. One must examine their own mind carefully to determine if their only effort has been to fruitlessly swim directly against the current or give up and be carried out into the sea of hopelessness, and it's being used as an excuse not to try. Like I said, fighting the current of what is exhausting, but you don't have to fucking drown. So stage 1 is, fuck this shit. Stage 2 is, fuck it. Stage 3 is, fuck you, and is the point where we start swimming using the force of the current of fuckery itself. You may not have a choice as to what's going on in your head or heart or body or life, but that doesn't mean you don't have choices. It doesn't mean give the fuck up and drown. Stage 3 is choosing to swim, not against the current of what is, but cross-current. If you're caught in a raging river, float on your back and go downstream feet first. Use your feet to push off of boulders and shit in your path, and raise your head to better assess your situation. If you're caught in the current of suffering, pick your chin up, make a good realistic neutral assessment of your situation and start navigating boulders one by one. You don't swim against a raging river, you go with it. You use its momentum and you work yourself diagonally out of the dangerous rapids, and you stay calm and you time your breaths between waves. Resigned acceptance in this situation means you're going to get bashed by boulders, and freaking the fuck out will cause you to accidentally gulp water. We all have to get wet at some point, but we don't have to drown. We all will find ourselves in the rapids. We just have to remember how to negotiate the current and fucking swim. So stage 3 is swim and do your fucking best. That's it. Don't give in or give up. Swim cross current to your situation. Head held high, calmly breathing. Feet first, negotiating every obstacle as they come, one at a time. And use all that momentum to start creeping towards shore. And if you can't quite make it to shore, at least get out of the fucking rapids. Sometimes the idea of giving up seems easier than trying to unfuck yourself. Sometimes the deep waters of non-existence seem preferable to the turbulent surface of life. Suffering always feels like forever, in the same way that a single spot in a river always looks the same, even though a massive amount of water is rushing by. People make very permanent decisions about very temporary situations, not realizing they are temporary, that all states and all things are temporary. Even the river of suffering must eventually lead into the calm ocean of awareness. And in fact, the river of suffering will get you there quicker than any other tributary of experience. So learn to swim and keep your head up, watchful of both your temporary thoughts and emotions and the ever-changing scenery of your experience, because the one constant is change. You've just got to keep your head above water long enough to realize it. You'll become a strong swimmer, which will allow you to throw a lifeline to someone else who has grown through the shit just like you went through the shit. Throw a lifeline into the future to someone you haven't yet met, and across the river of time, you'll pull each other to safety. You got this. Keep paddling. Toodaloo.